Today I wanted to give you 3 of my favourite ways to use 3 props. Nice and simple, starting with a band. And this is a great way to teach people the Pilates breath. You can do it sitting or standing, and with the band flat around the rib cage, the elbows relaxing down by your side. As someone breathes in, the ribs can expand, the elastic expands, and as someone breathes out, they can actually use their arms to pull the band a little bit closer, mimicking what the muscles do when you use a Pilates breath. Next exercise I'm going to demonstrate is the roll up with the band. I've got my knees bent here, which helps beginners to really articulate through the spine to make sure they're not using the front of their hips, they're opening the front of their hips. And the band kind of acts like another muscle, allowing you to really focus on the mobility, not really rely too much on strength to pick you up, or not having to worry about any neck tension you might get, for example, if you didn't have the assistance of the band. This is one of my favourite ways to use the band, and I pull the band apart a little bit on the bench to find my arm-back connection, and that's really essential for this exercise. So by having that width across the back of the shoulders, I can keep nice and stable in my shoulders and in my neck. Highly recommend this one. Next, I'm going to demonstrate a way that I love to use the ball, and that's popping it under the hips for the high scissors and high bicycle series. Here I'm just demonstrating what a beginner would do. Just to start, straightening and bending the legs and trying not to apply any more pressure in the upper body or change the angle of the neck as the legs extend and bend, trying to get used to balancing and just being in a different position. The ball acts as a really nice support underneath the pelvis and allows you to relax the spine so that you can prepare yourself for exercises like high scissors and high bicycle later on. Then I'm demonstrating how you can use a ball to help with rolling like a ball. And there's many ways you can do this. Behind the ankles here, you can squeeze the backs of the legs, keep your ball shape, which is actually really important in rolling like a ball. You could actually also put the ball in between the knees or even on the outside of the shins, pushing into it. So lots of things you can do here with the ball. Next, I'm going to demonstrate single leg stretch with the ball. So here, the ball isn't just an accessory, you actually use it to again find your arm-back connection. And the way you do that is by slightly pressing into the ball, trying not to push from the pecs and the front of the body, but rather underneath the armpit and the muscles that attach to the top of the ribs and into your abdominals, into your center. So a little bit of pressure on the ball as the limbs reach away. And you can of course apply the same thing in your double leg stretch, reaching away a little bit of pressure on the ball and pulling back in from your center. Next, I'm demonstrating with the magic circle, which is a traditional piece of Pilates equipment. And here I'm using it to help find the back of my legs, so the heel to seat connection. This is really great to do at the beginning of a workout or for anybody who needs a little bit of help, maybe on one side more than the other. Trying to keep the pelvis level, not disturb the rest of the body. The knee might need to be a little bit soft because you don't want any knee pain when you do this. And it's actually a really great way to fire up the backs of the legs before you start your workout. Here I'm demonstrating squeezing the ring. So this is a brilliant thing to do at the beginning and at the end. Traditionally it was done at the end of a workout because actually when you squeeze the ring and bring your knees together, the action of bringing the thigh bones together helps to open out the low back. So if you can maintain a neutral pelvis position, you don't tuck, you don't squeeze, you keep the abs actually drawing right in towards the back but fairly soft, so not bracing. And all of those things together as you squeeze the ring will help to open out your back. Also a great way post-pregnancy to try and gain a little bit of strength in the pelvic floor area. And my final demonstration here is for neck pull, and here I've got the ring on the outside of the ankles, which would mimic how you would use a strap in your classical mat doing a neck pull exercise. So pushing out into the ring helps to find a little bit of stability in the hips, which is really important. You can also do this with the ring in between your ankles, so it's whether you need help with your adductors or your abductors, and that will determine where you put the prop for this exercise. I hope that's helped. 3 ways to use 3 props. Let me know if you have any questions.